Man, I left the holder in the car and everything.
Left what?
Basically everything I need.
You say everything you need?
Everything I need.
Probably should have brought the light.
So what's going on, y'all? We up here in Boone Terre, Missouri, where they just executed Marcellus Williams, an innocent man. We're gonna go up and get us some. We're gonna go up and talk to a couple people. But for those that's not familiar with the case, Marcellus Williams was convicted of murder back in 1998. He's been on death row since. He's been proclaiming his innocence basically the whole time. A few months ago, he had a few court dates to basically get him off death row. And during that hearing, because of course we know basically anybody to get freed out of the justice system, it's a process where they go through DNA. So being that DNA is DNA, your DNA is only unique to you. They needed to use the DNA to basically free him. And they found out that the evidence that they were going to use to free him was tainted by the prosecutor and law enforcement during his first trial. So basically, this system, instead of righting they wrong, because it was basically on them. You know, if y'all destroyed the evidence before the first trial, and we finding this out 20 years later,
Excuse me, sir.
what does that say?
You can't be recording from this side of the road. You'll be on the other side of the road, sir.
All right, he just said I can't record on state property, y'all. I gotta go across the street, so let me go on across the street. It's not too big of a road. But anyhow, he's exhausted all of his appeals. Supreme Court said that, you know, they're not going to issue a stay. The governor said he's not going to issue clemency. So at 6 p.m. today, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, they executed Marcellus inside of this building across the street. So of course we'll be taking a lot of time and we'll be delving off into this case. Y'all know I do a lot of justice system work behind the scenes. I try to put a lot of it out there, but you know, people feel the way they feel about law enforcement until you hear about situations like this where, you know, basically law enforcement, they, you know, didn't do their job. You locked somebody up, but then you destroyed all the evidence, and then you still said, hey, we're going to kill you, even though we can't prove nothing and everything's all screwed up. So this is where we at with it, though, you know? Got the supporters over there. But since we can't record on state property, probably need to set my other camera up, too. See if I can zoom in a little bit for y'all. You record? Hey, do me a favor. Run, go get the book bag.
Book bag?
Yeah, if I need the book bag.
So
So we don't know really now what the state of Missouri is going to do about this one because, I mean, I'm sure it's going to be an uproar. Because at the end of the day, I mean, is this what the system is? You know, you executed, and you know, the real argument would be his innocence, but how did you find him guilty the first go round if you knew that you had tainted the evidence? So, I mean, it would really go back to, was this case rigged up to begin with? And Marcellus put up a good fight. He did put up a good fight. Maddie 319 said my brother did time at Boone Terre in 95 and 96. Yeah, I did a little time in there myself in 2003. Yeah, I was here for basically a 2-week layover. They was reclassifying. I went from a 2 up to a 5, back down to a 4. So they rolled me from rolled me from Booneville to Boone Terre. I sat here for like 3 weeks, and then they rolled me to Bowling Green, and I stayed at Bowling Green for 11 months. Custody drop again, and then I rolled to Pacific, and I stayed in Pacific until a day after Christmas in 06, and that's when I got out and was like, you know what? I understand what this system is. It's built and designed strictly for currency, funds, moolah, money. Because everybody got a price. Like once you get behind that gate, it's a price on you. Now, being that I've been incarcerated in the Missouri Department of Corrections, without a GED, they only give you $750 a month to get whatever items you might need. With a GED, you get $850 a month for whatever items you may need. But a stick of deodorant is $5, so if you want to stay fresh, you're just going to be hungry. But understanding the money side of it, you know, like I said, everybody got a price on their head. And to sit in there and, you know, I did 5 years in the Missouri Department of Corrections. So that 5 years, even if we added, and I've never done it, so I don't know the actual math right now, but I do have a GED. So my time was $850 a month the whole time I was there. But 5 years at $850 a month don't really add up to much. But understanding what they would get off of you being there, right on, bro. Understanding what they get off of you being there, I gave you 5 years, and I didn't get nothing out of the deal. Like, I didn't get no piece of the money. I didn't get a portion. I didn't get none of that. So understanding most of that, I didn't want to participate in that game no more. Y'all excuse me with this camera. I'm trying to get us some charge so we don't die out here. There we go. Yep, Maddie, they killed the innocent man. And I'm only saying they killed the innocent man because you did not 100% prove his guilt. They say in the court of law, if you can prove it beyond a reasonable doubt. At this point, if you've tainted all the evidence, that's your reasonable doubt right there. Because there's no way to prove anything. So it's really heartbreaking. It's really heartbreaking to know that the state of Missouri actually pulled this off. You know what I mean? Like I said, it's a lot of people that, you know, they care for law enforcement. But when you break all of it down, and y'all follow me on this. When you break all of it down, the police, yeah, you call them when you have a problem. But understanding the police is basically the root of the problem. Because the police is the start of all of this system that we're seeing right here. For all of the stories that I'm working on, for the people that was free cased, for the people that had to give up 10 years, 12 years, 15 years of their life, and now they back out. And they understand what was done to them. Because you could take an innocent person and you can throw them behind bars and you can say, hey, you're going to rot. But if they ain't killed nobody, eventually you got to let them go. What do you think that person is going to feel, or how do you think they're going to act or respond once they get out? That was the situation. That was the situation that we just went through with the other gentleman on the page, where he had done 12 years, where he had a 12-year sentence. He did 10 years on a 12-year sentence for being free cased. And like he said, you know, he want answers. He ain't trying to talk to nobody on the street. He want to talk to that judge who free cased him. That's now a Supreme Court judge that really allowed this to happen. So it's like when you look at it, it's like, man, these people been doing this. This been a system that we've been losing at for a long time. A system we've been losing at for a long time. And I'm not saying that it's built for us to win, but it's a system where they allow mainstream media to push, you know, certain narratives. Because in St. Louis, all you hear about is, you know, carjackings or car thefts, or, you know, anything that's happening in the black community. Nothing happens in the white community anymore. We don't hear about these women getting smacked up in Ladue, getting smacked up in Frontenac. We don't hear about these husbands shooting their wives in Chesterfield. See, they keep all of that under wraps. They don't report that because that normalizes everything again. That lets everybody know that, hey, man, everybody got a problem. But instead, they just push the narrative like, hey, it's just the black community. It's just y'all. When that's really not the case. 200 Ways, a video that's on the page, it shows how these undercover cops ride through the city and you basically intimidating people to do things. If you riding around, and I just looked at the news, and the news told me that, you know, you be careful because somebody might bump your car. That's what task force do. They bump your car. But these youngsters, they know what it is, so, you know, they don't bust no moves. But what about all of the law-abiding citizens that we got out here that don't know nothing about none of that? They just trying to get from work to home, and because they in a certain type of car, now they got to deal with these undercover guys, and they could be somebody that's legal to carry. But like I said, you just looked at the news, and the news just said, hey, these people will bump you, or they'll rob you at the gas station, or they'll do this. They riding around in multiple cars, be careful. And then you got these set of officers that's riding around doing what you just heard on the news. You're going to respond to that, especially if you feel like your life is in danger. It's two cars behind me. They following close. They steady trying to get around me. This car trying to hit me. These people right here is on the side. And you might, you know, like somebody I know, just let their window down and fire the shot off into the air to get those cars away from them. And then they lit up like Christmas trees. And then the first thing he said was, man, I didn't know that was the police. But now he got a charge for discharging his weapon. You know what I mean? All of this other bullshit that they came up with to throw on him when they initiated this type of nonsense. This is some of the stuff that I'm saying. Like, you know, yeah, you say we need them, but do we need that? Because the police are never around when a crime happens. You call the police after a crime. The police don't solve crimes without the community. If you watching the first 48, I ain't seen no case on first 48 get solved without somebody sitting in the room saying something. So if that's the case, then they would need the community to do anything, which would now take us back to the police-community relations. If the police are the ones that once they lock you up, whatever they lock you up for, once they put you in handcuffs, take you to jail, it's out of their hands. That officer that locked you up, he gone on about his life. It's now on you to deal with it through the court system. The courts ain't trying to hear what you went through with the police. They going off of his word, that's why you heard. So that's how you got so many innocent people that hey, you don't have no fight. This officer lie on me and lock me up and I don't have no money. I don't have 50, 60,000 laying around to get this up off of me. Now I got to give you 7, 8 years of my life because this guy lied. None of that makes no sense. You know what I mean? None of it makes no sense. Yes, City B, justice for Felicia Gale. But we would have to know who actually killed Felicia Gale for her to get her justice. And I'm not discrediting anything because, yes, she lost her life in this situation. I don't know her. I don't know Marcellus personally. I'm speaking on the system. I'm speaking on the fact that some prosecutors and law enforcement, we don't know if they was police or which end of law enforcement, but prosecutors and law enforcement tainted the evidence. They tainted the evidence. I'm sure at this point a lot of information is going to become public, but this evidence that they speaking of, this is evidence that was left on the scene. Now, it was fingerprints. The fingerprints wasn't his. It was footprints. The footprints wasn't his. The murder weapon that was used was left on scene. That's the object in question that was tainted. So if the fingerprints wasn't his and the footprints wasn't his, we can assume that clearly it wasn't him. So could that piece of evidence that was tainted have been tainted on purpose? Because we know the prosecutor didn't kill her, so, hey, there's nothing we can do. Like, what's the course of action? What's the ramifications for these guys contaminating evidence? Because at this point, Marcellus has lost his life. Marcellus has lost his life. Inside that building right there, Marcellus has lost his life. So what's going to be the recourse for the prosecutor? Are we going to hear something about that? What's going to be the recourse for the law enforcement that tainted the evidence? See, none of that's going to matter. Because in this case, the way this is made, the way it's built, that nigga dead. That's what they all thinking. That's what they all thinking. To them, they can go to bed, wake up tomorrow, and keep it pushing. For a black man like myself, I'm a little concerned. Because I could be just like him, off a lie. Off a lie. A lie. This is crazy, y'all. What we gonna do? I got a plan. But honestly, if I give y'all my plan on live right now, the feds will meet me back at my house. So I'm not gonna say it. But I mean, personally, me, I'm really not one of the people that sit around and talk. That's why I stopped doing my lives. You know what I mean? Because my lives was out there to really enlighten people and let them know what's going on. You know what I mean? Of course, we only see what happens. But if we're not out there looking for, what's really happening, we're not going to know. So recording traffic stops, keeping an eye on law enforcement, making sure they do the proper things showing all of that on live didn't do nothing but put the police on point. It didn't put our people on point. It put them on point. If you go back and look at episode 5, that was the police that was on there talking to me. That was the police. I was like, damn. The whole time I'm conversating, I'm like, oh man, this live is moving good. This how I want them to rock right here, and then find out that's the police. I had to stop because shit, I'm doing this so I can interact with the community. The community ain't even there, and the people I didn't really necessarily want to be there, they sitting there in full attendance. It was crazy. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna pull back from these and we'll
this fucking man and all these people are standing out here like this shit normal. Half of these motherfuckers out here, they agree with that shit. They don't give a fuck one way or another, and they think they got everybody fucking fooled. They don't give no fuck. They don't give no fuck, but that's cool though. I promise y'all that.
They don't.
Give it a little bit wild longer. All them mobbers, all them illegal mobbers that's in here. This is what I'm telling y'all. All them illegal mobbers that's in here. I hope y'all ready. Them motherfuckers gonna get y'all ass first. I promise you that. We getting this shit back.
Well, I mean,
promise you that.
Sister, just on a point that you just made real quick, right?
I promise you that. They think they gonna keep doing this. This shit ain't finna keep going like this.
When we speak about the illegals and the aliens, like let's just go back to St. Louis.
Too, we know that.
And no, I mean my point is like we just had 2 situations in the city. One on Lucas and Hunt and 70, and then there was one that happened day before yesterday, where an officer got hit on the highway. Both of those were Mexicans. Both of them was drunk, and to my understanding, both of them shouldn't even been here. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, we do have bigger problems, you know, and if you're paying attention.
They got bigger problems, because we gonna be all right. They gonna pay for this. I promise you this. They gonna pay for this. All of them, even the ones that stand around act like they innocent. Ain't none of you motherfuckers innocent. Y'all all guilty. All y'all guilty. You too that's looking at me. Hey, your ass guilty.
Are you the TikTok lady?
Huh?
Are you the TikTok lady? Somewhat. That is the TikTok lady, y'all. My comment says, there she go. Let me put you on her so they can see who this talking.
Don't look my way.
Is that the TikTok lady?
All y'all guilty. I blame all y'all because you wouldn't let this shit happen if it was one of your folks.
Sure wouldn't have. It would not have went the other way.
I'm mad as fuck. That could have been my uncle, my brother, my cousin. That could have been that was my family regardless because y'all should have did that man like this, man. I'm out of here. Let me go.
Steve 858, cut it out, man. Cut it out. Look, I approved your message. They blocked it. I don't see nothing wrong with what you said. Yeah, y'all. I guess we'll probably stay out here for a few more minutes. Like I said, I'm a put a full-length piece together on this. I don't know exactly when y'all gonna get it. We got a lot of projects working. I know I haven't been dropping a lot on the page. I've been giving a little bit here and there. But this last quarter, we gonna give y'all the whole business. We've been doing a lot out here. So in this case, man, I'm gonna say shout out to Chris Dunn. I mean, you know, Chris Dunn did 34 years for something that he didn't do, and you know, luckily he was able, you know what I mean, to get out. You know, shout out to Bobby Bostic. Bobby Bostic, you know, he did what, you know, he said he did to get in there, but, you know, he was a juvenile, and they ended up giving him 25 years. They ended up giving him 20, well, actually, no. Let me rephrase that. I said that wrong. Bobby was 16, and they gave him 240 years. Matter of fact, you know what? If y'all listening, y'all can go back. Just go to the page when you get off the live. Go back to the page, and you could y'all can get Bobby's story. I don't know what we got going on over here. They letting everybody go across the street. What they doing? Hold on, y'all. Let me set this other camera up so in case I got to move, I can grab everything at one time. And we ain't really got to watch the ground. Oh, my bad. Man, hold on, y'all. Y'all gonna look at the sky for a second. Hold up. All right, my bad. Man, I'm out here at Boone Terre. Tired, brother. I'm in Boone Terre. We're at ERDCC, Boone Terre, Eastern Reception Diagnostic Correctional Center. They just executed Marcellus Williams for the 1998 murder of Felicia Gale. But there was a lot of questions surrounding this that... Come here for a minute. You're going to have to set this up, man. I'll hold that while you do this. Nah.
We parked on private property, sir.
We good. You ain't got to... I'll hold this. Go on. Look, pull that tripod up, and then I'll do the rest. No, I can't cross the street, man. I was across the street at first, and they told me I can't film on state property, and then they actually making everybody move their cars now, so they probably finna shut this down. But they don't know we don't move like regular people. So when we got here, we found the local, hollered at them, parked on their property, and then we made our way over here. So we straight, you know what I'm saying? When we leave, it's gonna be some city shit. We gonna be hitting the cut, going through the trees and the bushes to get back where we going. Damn, that dude flying. Oh, shit, I turned around, thought I was finna get hit. For real, I turned around, look, his headlights was idling. I'm like, damn.
All right, there you go, Brody.
This is how we get it. Right on. Yeah, we straight, bro. You good? You want to come holler at the people real quick, man? I'm live. I know you probably, you know. Come on, y'all. This Marcellus Williams' son right here. We gonna have a quick word with him. I know at a time like this, throwing him on camera really ain't all that, but...
I gave y'all my number in Clayton. Forgot?
Nah,
I gave both of y'all my number in Clayton, remember?
We didn't forget, bro.
Yeah.
Giving you a second.
Nah, y'all would have, we had this other thing, y'all could get up there. Saying then, I declined them.
Hey, look, come on this side, bro. I don't want you by this traffic, yo.
One minute, cuz.
No, we need some hard copy, too. We don't keep you long.
Oh, yeah. Them people about to come in a minute. They want us gone, man.
Man, they can't make us leave. We on private property at this point, so they can't say nothing to us.
Cuz parked in the road, though.
The lighting, y'all, I'm gonna try to blend this phone like this so y'all can see.
You can just look at it.
Yeah, we gonna hold it.
All right, so we ain't gonna really give too much of an interview, bro. Just go ahead and speak freely of what you want to speak about.
Number one thing I'm gonna say, my father was a very intelligent man, a very beautiful man. He had a connected spirit. Anybody who know about that, y'all know what I'm talking about. He had a very well-connected spirit and a strong spirit at that. So he went gracefully, he went peacefully, no begging, no pleading, no crying. You know what I'm saying? His time of death was 6:10 p.m. He looked good. He jumped a little bit, but besides that, he didn't seem in any pain. His message was to not uproar, y'all. I don't want nobody rioting, looting, stealing nothing, killing nobody, fighting the police. None of that. We don't need that right now. You know what I'm saying? We're going to rectify the situation another way. They got us on this one, and that's okay. Because my father was the best one to sacrifice for change. So your brother, your father, your uncle, your cousin, or maybe you, it's a less chance of it happening again. We thought we dotted all our I's and crossed all our T's, but you know, these crackers, they did what they wanted to do anyway. But that's cool, because we're gonna keep working, get more of our people inside these systems so we can get these laws passed and we can get in fresh shape. You know what I'm saying? Another thing I want to leave y'all with that my dad was saying, he wants y'all to have a free spirit. Don't leave your life of negativity. If you're a father, go hug your son, go hug your daughter, do more things with them, travel, live life. Don't just think where you at, it's the end all be all, because it's not. You know what I'm saying? So that's all I want to leave y'all with, man. You know, I appreciate all the support. Got any more questions, bro?
No, man. We'll connect later.
Already. I got you, bro.
In a minute.
See y'all, bro.
All right.
All right, that was the son of Marcellus Williams.
All right, y'all. That was the son of Marcellus Williams,
And on that note,
giving us the last words. Like he said, Marcellus went peaceful. His time of death was 6:10 p.m. Say he jumped just a little bit, but you know, he's basically calling for peace. Now, I don't want to be the one to say that that's some bullshit, but I know everybody not gonna take the peace route. So,
all right, so one last shutdown. One last recap. All right.
so what we're gonna do, y'all? We're gonna get ready to shut this down. I appreciate everybody who chimed in, everybody who commented. Tired brother, man, you've been a hell of a supporter this whole time, man. I appreciate you. I really appreciate you, man. C-Note, appreciate you for tuning in. Steve 858 with your man himself, man. I appreciate you. Jazzy, I appreciate you. Maddie, I appreciate you. Dee Dee. I don't know how to pronounce that, so I'm gonna say Miss Doll. Miss Doll. Rachel. MB. Man, that was a lot of y'all. I appreciate all y'all, man. I appreciate all y'all for chiming in. Like I said, one last recap. We're in Boone Terre, Missouri. They just executed Marcellus Williams. 6:10 p.m. Central Time. They forcing everybody up out of here now, of course, but like I said, we on private property. We know how to move through the state a little bit. They on their way going back in now.
It was kind of wasn't hectic, but it was kind of weird. So, whatever you're gonna throw up, his son did come through and speak with us. If you want to try to grab that, and
yeah, Brock, we do. We stand up and fight. We just gotta find the right people to stand up and fight.
man, let's take this home.
All right, y'all. On that note, we're gonna go on kill this live. I appreciate like I said, I appreciate everybody who chimed in, everybody who was here, and we'll get at y'all in a minute. Peace.